What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about 10 of the best used sports cars you can buy under 20K. And if you haven't already, check out the first part to this video, which was 5 performance cars below 20K. Now let's get to the video. And before we do get started, the only criteria the cars on this list had to meet was that they all had to cost between $10,000 and $20,000. The cars on this list are in no specific order because I want to know what you think in the comments below. With that being said, let's move on to our first car, the BMW M3. The 2008 BMW M3 is finally depreciated to the 20 grand range. Good condition, low miles versions of the M3 still cost above 20 grand, but it's still possible to find them below 20 grand. What makes the E92 M3 so unique is that it came with a 4-liter V8. This is the only M3 BMW has ever put a V8 in, which should make it appreciate in the future. The M3 is not slow by any means with the 414 horsepower it offers paired with either an automatic or manual transmission. One thing I will say about the car is that it is important to make sure you can afford the maintenance and cost of ownership on the car before you buy one. Now let's move on to the next car, the Pontiac GTO. In 2005 through 2006, the Pontiac GTO came with a 6-liter LS2. If this sounds familiar, it's because this is the same engine that was in the C6 Corvette until 2008. The LS2 has tons of aftermarket and tuning potential. Combining that with great reliability easily makes this one of the best motors on the list. The 2004 through 2006 Pontiac GTO was Pontiac's last two-door sports car before they shut down. With an LS2 pushing out 400 horsepower combined with an automatic or manual transmission, this is definitely a great car for anyone looking to get into a V8 with plenty of potential. Next, we have the Infiniti G37. The Infiniti G37 is a great option for under 20K. It came with the 3.7-liter V6 pushing out 330 horsepower paired with either an automatic or manual transmission. If you're looking for a practical daily driver with great performance, then this is definitely a great option for you. When you don't have your foot in it, the G37 actually gets decent gas mileage. Since the G37 is a similar platform to the 370Z, the aftermarket support for the G37 is comparable to the 370Z. This is a great option for anyone looking to get a fun, comfortable daily driver. Next on the list is the 2003 Mustang Cobra or the Terminator Cobra. This car was definitely one of the best cars of its time. With the 4.6-liter supercharged V8 which produced 390 horsepower, this car held its own very well. The Terminator only came in a 6-speed manual which combined with the supercharged V8 makes for a fun driving car. With it being a Mustang, aftermarket support will be enormous. Parts and maintenance for this car will be very affordable, so if you're willing to spend near 20K for a Mustang Cobra, you will not be disappointed. The Honda S2000. The Honda S2000 is one of the rare examples of a rear-wheel drive Honda. Before the S2000, Honda was exclusively making front-wheel drive cars unless you date back to the first few cars that they built. The Honda S2000 was built in celebration of the 50th anniversary of Honda. It's no coincidence that it's a manual rear-wheel drive convertible. It's crazy to think Honda started their company only making rear-wheel drive convertibles. The S2000 has a 2.2-liter 4-cylinder that makes 237 horsepower. What makes the S2000 so good is that it only weighs around 2,800 pounds, so it is very quick to have 237 horsepower paired with a 6-speed manual. Throw on a few mods and this car will be very fast with a great power to weight ratio. Just be sure and buy some great tires because you'll probably need them. The aftermarket support for the S2000 is great, as is most Hondas. S2000 is a solid option for under 20K and it's worth every penny. Let's move on to the Lancer Evolution. With this car you have a range of years that you can buy for under 20K. But in this video we'll be talking about the Evo 8, 9, and 10. The Evo 8 and 9 were built in 2003 through 2006, which is a very short time for a model, but that's just how Mitsubishi was with most Evos. However, the Evo 10 ran from 2007 until they ceased production in 2016. Depending on which year model you do buy, they will come with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder and have between 280 and 300 horsepower. One crazy fact about these Evos is that their power was actually considered to be underrated from the factory. With the legendary 4G63 motor in the Evo 8 and 9 and the 4B11 and the Evo 10, there is plenty of tuning and power potential for these cars. C5 Corvette. The C5 Corvette ran from 1997 to 2004. For under 20K, the C5 Corvette is a great performance car. It came with either a 5.7 liter LS1, which is a great platform, or the 5.7 liter LS6, which came in the C5 Z06. The LS1 made 345 horsepower and the LS6 made 385 horsepower. Pair that with either a 6-speed manual or 4-speed automatic while only weighing 3,300 pounds and you have a quick car. The C5 Corvette was also the last generation of Corvette to have pop-up headlights. If you were looking for a sunroof, then Chevy took it a step further. Unless you buy Z06, which is a fixed roof, the target top on the C5 can be removed and stored in the trunk. This is a great feature that only Corvettes offer. Another great bonus to the C5 is the gas mileage that it gets on the highway. The C5 gets between 27 and 30 miles per gallon on the highway, which is insane because it's a V8. The LS1 has plenty of power potential while being one of the most reliable V8s ever made. If you want a great looking fast car, then the C5 is definitely a solid option. Now let's talk about another Chevy, the Camaro SS. The 2010 to 2013 Camaro SS is another great option for under 20K. With the 6.2 liter V8 and 430 horsepower, the Camaro SS definitely has a good amount of power. If you want a more modern sports car, then the Camaro SS is a great option. This is the first generation of Camaro Chevy released after the 7-year drought between 2003 and 2009. The Camaro SS has plenty of aftermarket support and the tuning potential for any LS motor is great. Combine that with the price of parts and maintenance and this makes a great option for under 20K. Next is the Subaru WRX STI. The 2013 Subaru WRX STI is a great option with plenty of potential. There are many options just like the Evos, but for the WRX, we'll be focused on the 2013 WRX STI. With the notorious turbo 2.5 liter boxer motor that makes 305 horsepower, this is a solid platform for anyone looking to get into the car community. If you love to vape and put hella horns on your car, then this is definitely the car for you. With tons of aftermarket support, this car can be customized and upgraded however you want it. Last but not least, the Audi S5. The 2008 Audi S5 is a solid platform for under 20K. Yes, even though the maintenance and the cost of ownership in general for the Audi S5 may be more than all of the other cars on the list, it's worth it. It has a 4.2 liter V8 and 354 horsepower, combined with either an automatic or manual transmission. If you want a car that can be driven year-round, just like the Evo or WRX, then this is a great option for you. Aftermarket support for these cars is not as strong as the other cars on the list, but I will argue that this car only needs basic mods anyway to look, sound, and perform well. For under 20K, this car definitely has the best interior while still maintaining to be a sports car. That will do it for this video, so if you enjoyed it, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up, as well as clicking that subscribe button. I'll really appreciate it if you do both for me. And if you haven't already, check out the first parts of this series, which will be linked in the description below. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.